Good morning, stamping friends, and happy Friday to you all. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Lori Heiling, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm so excited to share with you again today. I feel very rested and refreshed because yesterday I got to have a spa day with my daughter. Behind the scenes, I was gifted this for my big birthday in August, and it was so crazy hectic during my birthday week. So we postponed it until yesterday. And you know what? I need to make a note to self because last weekend was a retreat, and then yesterday was the spa day, and I need to remember that that's great timing for a spa day. It felt so good, and I just feel so relaxed and refreshed. So I am so ready to be in my craft room and get creating again. Now, the project I'm going to share with you, as I mentioned earlier in my video on Tuesday, that I want to share everything that we did in the retreat. However, the people who ordered kits in the mail, kits to go, they have not received them yet because I'm still a little ahead of the game. I promised them to be shipped by September 30th, but I dropped them off for shipping yesterday. So they're either going out today or possibly Monday, depending on how busy they are. And actually, I dropped them off at my husband's work, so that's why I have to work around their schedule. But I wanted to get them early so you would get them by the time I promised. So in a nutshell, I just don't want to reveal everything until the kit people get there. So what I'm going to do today is, I know I shared with you some projects on Tuesday that we made, and I'm going to kind of break down one of those that was really fun and popular, and I'm going to show you how we made it. So I'm going to turn the camera around, and let's get started on one of those projects. We are going to make a cute little fall card, and if you are a pet lover, you're really going to enjoy this card today. We are using the stamp set Pampered Pets. Now, this is an oldie but a goodie. When I say oldie, it's maybe 1 year old, but don't forget to grab the stamps that you already have and use those with some of our new products, which we are going to do today. And the other one is Banner Year. This one was in the Cozy Craft Retreat 2 years ago, or actually last year, I believe it was, with our gnome theme. And this one is an awesome set that is still available in our annual catalog. And the reason I love this is it covers a lot of holidays here. And so we are going to use the happy fall, y'all. I love that saying. So those are our two sets. Now to start out, we are going to be using the Memories and More cards and envelope kits. Now these cards and envelopes are so awesome to use, and this was one of the products that was given in the Cozy Craft Retreat. These are oversized, a little bit larger than the cards that are standard when we just take an 8.5 by 11 and cut it in half. So this is nice because it's got a really pretty cinnamon cider background and the adorable scalloped edge. So you instantly have a cute little design for the background. And then there's kind of a Sahara sand speckle all over, even on the back side. And they are pre-scored. So you're just going to want to fold that in half on the score line. And look at how cute these envelopes are. This kind of matches some of our designer series paper, the gingerbread and peppermint 6x6 designer series paper. We aren't even going to use that in today's project, but that was a DSP pack that the customers got in the retreat. And again, they have the score line where it folds on the envelope, and it's just an instant coordinating envelope. So it's just a really nice set. And in case you're wondering, let me grab my ruler. I have so many rulers here. Each time I do a video, I pull a different one, but this is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then the envelope will fit the card. All right, so let's start stamping. I took basic white, and I am just going to grab that, but I'm going to put paper down just in case I miss. And then grab Memento ink. This is black, and this is really the one and only ink you should use when you are using our Stampin' blends, which is how we're going to color this guy. So just stamp him anywhere, and remember there are a set of dies for this. If you don't have the dies, it's okay. You can fussy cut, but dies are just a little bit easier. And now we are going to color him. Now we are going to turn him into a fall dog, and I'll show you how in a second. But I want you to color him whatever brown you prefer. I chose light soft suede. I thought that was a nice shade that would go well with that cinnamon cider background. And just color him in. The blends are so nice because they blend. You don't have those lines like when you color with other markers. You usually have kind of a darker line when you go over it twice, but these blend really nice. So I'm not going to color the whole dog, and you'll see why in a minute, but I am going to take the time. Now, we don't even need to color his collar. We do want to color his paws, maybe up to about here. Do you remember which card that I showed you on Tuesday that I'm copying? I'll keep you guessing if you don't remember, but you may remember what I did on that video and showed you. All right, and then we're just going to cut or color the bottom part of his body and leave the top blank. Now, let me finish up here really quick. Then for his nose, whoops, I forgot his chin. Make sure I got them all. All right, for his nose, I like to use light black, which kind of seems funny. I mean, black is black, but light black, you'll be able to see some of the lines underneath. Now, when I color it, it looks really black, like dark black, but it will lighten up as it sets. All right, now the fun part of turning this into a fall dog. And what I'm going to do is take our designer series paper, and this is from a pack called Peaceful Prints. And I'm going to grab my little sheet so you can see the whole pack. This is what it looks like. Isn't this pretty? I don't think there's any on the back side, but we are going to use this plaid here because this is fall colors, and it's just a really nice pack. And again, this is another pack of paper that everyone got in their kit for the Cozy Craft Retreat, but you can still get this. This is a free pack of paper, and it's during celebration, so it's only free until the end of the month, and all you have to do is place a $50 order, and you can add this to your order. It's really a nice print for Christmas. And remember, if you do order, if you don't mind using my host code up there, that helps me a lot, and I would appreciate if you use that. Also, if you use the host code, and if your order is over $50, actually, if it's over $35, you get in on my Creative You projects. And I always make kits up after my classes, and I send them to anyone who orders $35 or more. But you have to use the host code. If you don't use the host code, you don't qualify for the kit. Now, if your order is over $150, then you can just reap the benefits yourself with the host rewards. But if it's under that, if you don't mind using that host code, if you bump your order up a little bit more by $15, then you will get that free designer series paper. So that's a little plug for that. Now we are going to grab that same stamp, that little dog from Pampered Pets, and we're going to stamp it again, but this time we are going to aim the paper for just above his collar. And I cut about a 1.5 inch strip, and I'm just going to stamp, making sure his collar is in. And if it's okay if the rest is off the page. And then what I'm going to do is grab my paper snips and my Stampin' Right marker. Now, we want to use the black Stampin' Right marker, and we are going to use the side that has the skinny line here. See, there's a fat line and a skinny line. The fat line means it's the brush end, and the skinny line means it's the journaling side. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a cute little plaid jacket that he's wearing. So we need to make sleeves on the dog. So what we're going to do is make a double line right about here that copies the collar up here. And then we'll make another one down here that's just a little bit lower than the other side, like that. And then we want to make the edge of his sweater. And so we're just going to make kind of a little curved line like this. So you can see about where I put the lines. All right, now for this part, you can use a ruler or freehand. I've done both. Of course, the ruler takes longer, but if you're not real particular about lines and, then just freehand it. So I am going to use, this is the Blend Light Cajun Craze, and then the Stampin' Right marker is Bumblebee and Pumpkin Pie. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, I'll start with the lines. I was going to show you how to cut it out, but I'll show you that in a second. And I'm just going to go where the fattest white part is in this sweater. So I'm going to go, see in between here, the fattest white part. So just make a line right down the center. And then I want to go the crosswise. Here's another one like that. And that's all that fell in this one. It all depends on where your plaid falls on here. Now I'm going to take the pumpkin pie, and I'm going to use the skinnier side. And what I'm going to do is just go to the left and right of the line that I just made. And sometimes your eyes kind of go buggy here because there's just so many lines, but just concentrate on the one that you're doing. So left and right of that thicker Cajun Craze line. See, you can't really tell with me using a, without using a ruler. They are pretty straight. And the last one we're going to do is the Bumblebee. And I'm just going to kind of look at where I haven't gone yet. And you know what? I think I'm going to put one more thicker line in between here. I think there's a fat white line right here, there. All right, now we're going to use Bumblebee, and I'm going to kind of fill in the blanks here. Where's an area? I think I'm going to go on the Sahara sand part here, and we're just adding some yellow now. And then let's go on this one. It really doesn't matter. You're just kind of filling in space with color to give more color to the sweater, but just kind of look where you haven't gone, okay? That's pretty good. Let me go one more here and one more here. Now, isn't that pretty? You can really use any colors that you want. You might want to add colors or do a combo that I didn't use. Now we're going to trim this, and we're going to go really close to the lines. We are going to cut off part of his hair, but that's all right. And when I'm done here, I can see I forgot to color his collar and his armband, but fussy cutting this is super simple because you're just cutting, you know, right by the lines that you just made. So, and if you want to use die cuts, you can go ahead and do that as well. You'll get just kind of the basic image, but the only problem with using the dies for this part is you're going to get a little white edge around everything, and I wanted it a super tight fit on the dog, so I didn't want that white edge. So that's what it's going to look like when it's cut out. And now let's go back and color the trim with the light Cajun Craze. We need to make that trim so it kind of separates, you know, the edges of his sweater. All right, now this is going to be really cute when it's glued on to his body. So I just use our multi-purpose liquid glue and put a little bit on there, and then just put his sweater on like this. Just right smack on top. Isn't that cute? He looks so much more like fall now. All right, we're gonna set that aside, and now we're gonna use another product, and this is one of our die sets that's kind of hidden in there. You might overlook it, but it's called Gift Giving Dies, and look at all the fun dies in here. There's a Christmas scene. We use this at the Cozy Craft Retreat that I will eventually show you. There's a snowflake, these tiny little pumpkins, but the one that I'm after actually looks like this. And look at all the leaves you get from running this through the die just one time. You'll get 5 leaves. So it's easy to build up the leaves. And we are going to glue these on the front of our card now. The next part of the card is stamping that happy fall, y'all. So I'm gonna grab Early Espresso ink. And by the way, the colors that I used are the same colors that are in the plaid sweater, which is Bumblebee, Pumpkin Pie, and Cajun Craze. So let's stamp this, and hopefully I won't go downhill. Remember, when I stamp at an angle, it sometimes isn't good news. But when I stamp, sometimes I stand up because then you can see if it's up or down, uphill or downhill. That's not too bad. Now all we have to do is put that cute little dog on the front with his plaid sweater, and I'm going to use my dimensionals. These are the large ones. I think they work a little bit better on here, and I always put 2 on just so they don't go downhill and they don't rock back and forth. If you put 1 in the middle, sometimes that happens. And let's just place him right smack in the little middle of the trees, the leaves right here. And there we go. That's how you make a cute little pampered pet dog that has a matching holiday sweater for the fall season. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, let me know, or any comments. And it's so fun to share with you, and come back and visit me next week. Remember, I always do my YouTube live videos on Tuesday and Friday mornings, and the time is 9 a.m. Arizona time. Thank you again, and we will see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye, everyone.